Okay, tell me if someone watches this and they think I should start using a camera. Tell me. This is Ryan. I was gonna talk about. I don't know. I watch a lot of politics streams. YouTubers, RedTube, leftists mostly. If you don't know what, excuse me, if you don't know what RedTube is, look it up. Actually, if you don't know what anything is, ever, just Google what is this thing. Don't Google don't put a bias in your search. Okay, if you want to learn about something, don't say um don't search for vaccine hoax. Just search for do vaccines work, right? If you put a vaccine, I mean, if you put a bias into your search, just think about it. Like um, if I want to learn about whether or not, let's say the Earth is round, for example, and I search for, is the Earth round? You're probably gonna find, here, I'll try it. Is the Earth round? Let's see what comes up. So I've been thinking about doing this sort of stream where I actually show my screen. Well, the first thing that comes up, Google says yes, the Earth is roughly a sphere. Probably because Google is fucking tired of getting asked this question. It's it'd be funny if it says sigh, yes, the Earth is roughly a sphere. Can't talk. There's oceanservice.noaa.gov. So you want to look at the sources: scientificamerica.com, popsci.com, nasa.gov. Let's look at NASA. I know NASA faked the moon landing and all. That's the thing. Okay, what makes something a conspiracy theory? A lot of people don't understand this, but conspiracy is a fallacy, right? So the fallacy is appealing to conspiracy. When you appeal to conspiracy, the reason this is a logical fallacy is because what ends up happening is you can say anyone who disagrees with the thing you believe is part of the conspiracy against the truth about that thing coming out. And you could literally say that about anything. So you're appealing to conspiracy when you do that. That's the problem with conspiracy theories. If the only way you can prove something is real is by assuming a conspiracy exists without any proof of that conspiracy, you're full of shit. And people don't realize that. That's why, a lot of anti-vaxxers are pretty ridiculous, because you can point at all kinds of information, a huge consensus, a huge scientific consensus, and they won't look at that. They'll only look at the scientists who say what they believe, and they'll say, well, all the rest are part of conspiracy. But it doesn't make any sense really when you think about it, that you're talking about millions of people, right? How do you get all those people to go along with the conspiracy? Are all those people having a gun pointed at their head every time they tweet? No. Are they all I don't know, brainwashed? Are they all true believers of some secret thing that no one has ever tried to convert me to? Except my mom has. My mom's an anti-vaxxer. But no government agent or anything. As soon as you, I know that school can indoctrinate you, but into certain ways of thinking, not just a political ideology, but just if you learn Like, say you go to school and it says blue is this color, that color blue, and then you meet someone with who um, thinks blue and green look the same, and you can tell them they're wrong, but like from their experience, they're not wrong, right? That's how they see the world. You could say to them like, "Oh, well, yeah, guess we have different cones, tomato, tomato," but you can't say like tomato is the only right way to pronounce something, right? Like everything is kind of arbitrary. That's just like a standard that we is like pushed on you. The This color is blue. Like the sounds we use to talk about what the color is, the color blue is, are totally arbitrary. We could call it, there's like 100 different languages we could use all the different words to describe that thing, and we can make up sounds, but there's like utility, social utility. Um, like we can understand each other a lot better if we all use the same word. So communication, like, is facilitated by language, which is facilitated by uh, using the same words as everyone else. So there's like a reason we learn things in school, right? Like, uh, and one of the main things is so we can all like share and understand the world, but also to learn like what other people have observed, and then those observations have been tested over and over again in a way that like everyone can agree like this is a shared part of reality, like that we all experience. Um, that's how the scientific method works. That's why science is good. Um, but just because someone published a paper doesn't mean it's science. It has to be peer reviewed. It can't be a preprint. It has to be published, peer reviewed, and then after people review it, if they don't discredit it, or if they don't not if they get the same results, then it's true. Um, and like a lot of studies are sort of like if you understand how science works, scientists are trying to get grants to do like a bigger research project on something. So a scientist will be like, I'm trying to get money. I'm trying to get money for the research. What can I research that's like popular right now? Well, COVID's really popular right now. And I needed like a new untested hypothesis. Like I gotta try. So maybe I'll go for something that's like really attention grabbing. Like, what if I could find an alternate cure to COVID? Yeah, that'd be cool. So what will I try? Ivermectin is popular right now. Okay, so I'm gonna do a study because no one's proven it yet. No one's proven. So there's lots of people trying to do studies to see if COVID and ivermectin have a positive connection. And there's people have published studies that say they do have a positive connection. Now, most of those are preprints, and I can guarantee that none of them are published and peer reviewed because it hasn't been proven yet. And if it has, if anyone ever says it's like proven, well, here's another thing. This is this is unrelated specifically to ivermectin, but I have seen this. But that you'll have like a small, just like a really tiny sample, and so they'll say like, what's an example of this? There's a study where people were put in a room and shock themselves if they were like they're given a small shock that was just enough to be painful, supposedly. And they had like a higher amount for men than for women. I don't know, there's some problems with the study maybe. But I think they ended up testing 50 people, or maybe it was 100 people. Maybe I should just look it up. That's the thing. You can't talk about shit without looking at that. Oh, I forgot. What is Earth flat? How do we know Earth is round? I'm just going to read this from NASA. Humans have known that Earth is round for more than 2,000 years. The ancient Greeks measured shadows during summer solstice and also calculated Earth's circumference. They used positions of stars and constellations to estimate distances on Earth. They can even see the planet's round shadow on the moon during a lunar eclipse. Today, scientists use geodesy, which is the science of measuring Earth's shape, gravity, and rotation. Geodesy provides accurate measurements that show Earth is round. You can do these experiments. Don't go look to a flat Earther site for what experiments to do to prove the Earth is round, because they're going to give you something that's going to prove the Earth is flat, but it's not. It's not going to be a good study. It's going to be like, what's an example? Like, look at a body of water. You can actually do this. Like, I have done this and it works, actually. But you look at like a really large body of water. Like, you go to like a Great Lake or something. But it has to be not so large that you can't see the other side. You have to be able to see the other end of the water. But you want it to be like you're looking over like a mile or two of water at least, I think. And preferably like the further possible, the more you'll see it. But you just gotta like raise yourself or lower yourself a few feet, and also the more you can raise or lower yourself, the more you'll see it too. But like, so like you stand on one shore, and you like stand on a rock or something, and you look at the other shore, and you kind of like look at like the lowest stuff you can see. So let's say like there's a house built right on the shore on the other side, and you look at like what's the lowest part of that house you can see. Let's say there's like a door in the house. Depending on how much you move, the water will rise up to maybe even fully cover the house, or cover the door, or cover half the door. But any amount that's covered up is from the curvature of the Earth. What you're seeing is like if the water was completely flat and the bottom of the door was above the water, you could look across the water and not see. You would see the same bottom straight across, right? If it was completely flat. Like if you look across the floor of a house and then you put your head all the way against the floor, you can't put your head below the floor unless it's not flat at one end, right? Like you can't put it any lower at any point in the floor than like the lowest table leg or anything across the room, or the molding around the edge, if it's completely flat. You can put your head lower than that if the floor curves down. So the only reason you see the water rise up above the thing on the other shore is because of the curve of the Earth. So if you ever do that, that's a really easy way to test it. And there's videos that have done that. There's like Folding Ideas has a really good video where he goes and does that. But you can do that yourself. And there's also videos where like flat earthers have done that and they do it wrong. And then they say like, oh, this proves that the world is round. Or they'll do it right. They'll see that they're wrong, or the test doesn't work, and then they'll assume they must have done something wrong with the test. It's kind of infuriating, frustrating trying to convince some of these people. Anyways, get vaccinated. You have an 11 times higher chance of dying, I think is the most recent thing I've seen, if you're not vaccinated. But I think it's like, I'm not sure about this, but I've heard that like it's actually worse than it sounds, because you have 11 higher percent chance of dying if you're vaccinated. No, if you're vaccinated, you have 11% lower chance of dying than if you're unvaccinated. if you catch COVID, but also that's like on top of like the much the like relatively low chance of catching COVID, which is like 2%. And I think you're less likely to even catch it if you're vaccinated. So I've heard that there might even be like a multiplicative aspect, because if you're like 20 times less likely to catch it, maybe, I think, is what it is. And then you're 10 times, or 11 times less likely to die from it if you catch it, then you're like 11 times 20 less times likely to die from it, really, because you're less likely to catch it in the first place. But I'm not sure if that's how they did the study, or if they like wrote out that entire conclusion. How less likely are you to die of COVID if you're vaccinated? I care about this shit because like a lot of people have died. Millions of people have died of COVID. My grandpa died of COVID. He was old, and old people are more likely to die of it, but old people are more likely to die of everything. Everything. So like people act like that makes it okay. You're just okay with old people dying then. You're just okay with like, you're like, oh well, their lives aren't really that valuable if they're already kind of sick, right? Like this whole survival of the fittest approach to like anything is so fucked up. Because you just don't care if society gets horrible. Like it's like how people thought in the Middle Ages, you know? I don't know, like just like who cares about anyone else's lives, right? Why would you even care about that? Is sort of the effect of saying like, oh well, in the wild they hunt the old and the sick, so they wouldn't survive. Only the strongest can survive. That's so psychotic to think about other people that way. Imagine thinking of your kids that way. Jesus Christ. You would be a complete psycho or sociopath. I don't know. I don't know the terminology exactly, but it's fucked up. All right. So you're 11 times more likely to die. What's your risk of getting it? The risk of breakthrough cases is very small for vaccinated people, potentially 1 in 5,000. The risk of being hospitalized, additionally, the risk of being hospitalized from COVID-19 after vaccination is about 5 in 100,000. So yeah, it's multiplicative. So, and then your risk of dying, so the risk of getting it is 1 in 5,000. The risk of dying from it, I think, is even lower, but normally it's 2%, right? 2% mortality rate. So people who are not vaccinated are 5 times as likely to get COVID-19 compared to people who are fully vaccinated. Was it 1 in 5,000 or is it 1 in 5? Are you 5 times as likely to get it? Or are you 5,000 more times more likely to get it? Well, okay, so it's very small. So it's 1 in 5,000 overall, but that's a breakthrough case. I don't fucking know. This is the thing. It's so confusing. Because I look at that and I think, okay, so you have a 1 in 5,000 chance of getting it or less. I think it's 1 in 5,000 people, they're saying. But see, okay, so 1 in 5,000 people get it, and then you're 11 times less likely to die from it. So it's 1 in 5,000 people. Is that? Does that mean 5 times, or divide that by 5, like 1 in 1,000 unvaccinated people get it? I feel like it's more than that. I don't know. I get fucking confused by all these numbers. But the point is, because I just want to know, like, what are the odds of you dying from it total? Like, 1 in how many people who are vaccinated die from it, compared to how many people die from it who are unvaccinated. I think you can look that up, actually. Let's see. Well, what I would want to look at is the 1 in 11 people, the actual study, what their data is. 600,000 Americans they use for the study, so that's a very large sample range. That's gonna be super accurate. They say the efficacy dropped after. Okay, let's look at the latest studies. I want to see the actual numbers. Do they have any charts? They make it easy. Okay, here we go. Here's the data. So, if you're fully vaccinated, the number of deaths, it's literally about 11 times as many deaths. Not fully vaccinated to fully vaccinated. 616 fully vaccinated deaths, 6,013, 132 not fully vaccinated deaths. So it's almost exactly 10 times. But for hospitalization, it's so you're like 10 to 11 times more likely. I think it's closer to 10, honestly. At least from this data. So, but I don't know. Somehow they got 11. Maybe they rounded up. Fully vaccinated, 2,976 to not fully vaccinated, 34,972 hospitalizations. But that's like, let's see. I think it's more than 10 times. That's at least like 11 times. Yeah, it's around 10 to 11 times for everything. So if you're, I wonder what the normal rate of catching it is out of a lot of people. Man, there's a lot of cases. Okay, I have to go to the bathroom. Anyways, get vaccinated. It's good for you. It's only helping yourself. Well, it's helping yourself and other people, because, like, you're 11 times less likely to die, but also have COVID. Not from, like, getting shot. Doesn't make you superhuman. But you're also 10 times less likely to die. I mean, to get infected, or 11 times. So those multiply. So, like, if you're 11 times percent less likely to be hospitalized, 11 times less likely to catch it in the first place, that means that, like, you're way less likely to catch it, but then if you do catch it, you're way less likely to get hospitalized, and then if you do get hospitalized, you're way less likely to die. So it's like 11 times 11 times 11. As far as I can tell. Correct me if I'm wrong about that, but I think it's just good for everything. But also you're less likely to spread it to other people, because not only are your symptoms less severe, but you're less likely to get it in the first place. And if you can only spread it to other people if you get it. So just get vaccinated. It's good for everybody, including yourself. But also stop being so selfish. You whore. Bastards. I'm so mad at people lately. What I was thinking with my channel, or with my title. Who's Bruno? Someone said hi. I just saw that, because I was ranting. I'm just gonna play this game because if I want to do a political research stream, I should show my computer. I should do that from my computer. I'm streaming from a PS4. I don't know how to, like, browse very well on the PS4. I like this music right now. I just recently watched one of my streams, and I found out that I can't listen to music, or it won't play all the music. Okay, I'm gonna go here first. I have it set to not play music that'll get me copyright struck on streaming services. But I thought what that meant before was that the only music it was gonna play on my radio was from, like, a list of copyright free music, or music that they had made for the game. I was assuming it's like soundtrack music, but I'd assumed maybe that they had made some songs for the radio, and that's what I was hearing. But actually, the way it works is it just silences it on the stream, but not in my game. So there's streams where I was talking about the music, you know, I was like reading some lyrics. What was that? I still don't know how to shoot, but I thought maybe my oh no, what have I done? Okay, I thought maybe I saw my little aiming reticle pop up. I still don't know how to shoot in the car. I can't figure it out.
What do you want? I'll do anything.
I know. Johnny's just stuck saying, "Look at that cop squirm," huh? He really is. Look at that subtitle at the bottom. What is going on? This game is glitching out. Okay. I can move. What the fuck, game? This is just on a PlayStation 4. And honestly, you should not run it this bad. It's usually pretty smooth, but damn, sometimes. Oh, hi. Is that your lookout? Are you shaking someone down? Let's breach protocol this guy. We're gonna take this guy out. They're just bad people, usually, in this game. At first I was like, why am I a criminal fighting other criminals? But, they're bad criminals. Okay, watch this. What I do is I shoot this person in the head. And then I pick up the body, and I walk away before anyone sees me. And, I don't see any place I can put it. I'm just gonna put it right here. Ignore these other people. I like how no civilians like ever freaking care that you're carrying your body. They're like, oh yeah, that's Tuesday for me. Seeing a body? Oh, I can put it in here. Didn't know. Let's do a ping, so that'll tell me where everyone is. Look at that. Okay. Got this guy. Isn't there one more? Is that it? Oh, they're there. Oh shit. Excuse me. Oh. Okay. Got these people targeted. I think this person's gonna come out. Over here, and I'll take them out over there. I don't know if I can get a clear headshot. Damn, I thought I had it. What the fuck? There you go. Okay, what'd you see? I think they might have heard that. The moan. If I shoot this person, she got the stairs in the way. Man, this whole group of people, it's kind of hard to. You're like, what the fuck? Yeah. Good. That was sweet. Keep going roommates home. I don't know why I can't get up there again. Oh, fuck. Got it. Hey, come on. Alright, so I got all these people. I really need my own studio to stream from, because it just makes me feel weird when people are around me and I'm talking to myself. It feels weird. So it just makes me more self-conscious. And I mean, what else can you do? Well, it's just weird because like roommates go to work and then they come home, and like some days they work from home and some days they don't. So like normally I'm like, okay, I can do this during their work hours, but it's totally inconsistent. Like they'll show up. I just remembered something. I wanted to turn up my mic volume. Also, he's doing laundry, which puts noise on the stream. It's just annoying. Okay, like people to not have your own space where you can ever have privacy. That's never good. That's how it is. Just cause I'm on the PlayStation, partly, if I stream from the back room, I'd have a little more privacy, but usually my girlfriend's working back there. She works from home. Oh, what's happening? Malfunctioning. There's not a single space in my house that's like just alone-ish. I don't know, there's well, especially not that I can play the PlayStation on in, because I can't take it out of the main room, because it's not mine. Alright, Eddie found a spot where we'll leave scratch for you, sending the coordinates and attaching the code to the stash. Attachment, just divvy it up fair and square, don't need any fucking fighting over scraps. Okay, anything you like, my sweet Japanese queen. By the way, I had an idea, we could carry your merch around Kabuki on our patrol cars. Nobody's gonna go looking for stuff, right? Smart, huh? Of course you'd have to pay more for that. Who's this sweet Japanese queen? Michiko? Who is that? Don't get greedy, Eddie, we'll be fine. All you gotta do is keep shit quiet. We're no fucking queens in Japan. Didn't they have basically feudalism? I feel like there were... If there are no queens, it's not like a good thing. It's not like they didn't have kings, basically. I mean, what was a shogun? Basically a king, right? Or a warlord, depending. Where am I? Is this another different scam? I don't know. I've heard too many of these scams. I think they're trying to drive the point home that in the future there's a lot of internet scammers. I think my biggest criticism of this game, besides that I'd like to see be able to be more parkour. Like I'd like if the athletics tree was more about parkour stuff, like climbing, hurdling over ledges, and you could like run fast and wall run up a wall and grab a ledge, or you know, unlock those abilities as you get better at it. Would be cool, but you can't do that. Let's see, 55 BD. Maybe I'll start with BD. BD 55. 55. Nope. BD. Hey. 55 BD. No, I can't get to that one. How am I supposed to do this even? This is stupid. BD 55, 55. And then there's no other BD. I guess I'll go 55 BD, BD, 55, 55. Let's try that. There we go. It's just a little unintuitive, I'd say. That particular one. Alright. Apparently I can dump more people. Is it under the stairs? What's this green thing? What the heck is that? What is this green thing? I don't know. It's annoying. That's what it is. Okay. I want to stash all these bodies because they'll give me XP. Stealth XP. Stashing one up here? Doesn't look like it. I could throw some off a roof, but that doesn't seem very nice. What I need is a dumpster. I just feel like it's funny, I spent a lot of this game looking for containers to dump bodies in. Which is just a weird thing to spend a lot of your time doing. Right? Okay. So I can jump the whole time and raise my athletics score. So it's like, it's just not an interesting way to raise your athletics score. It's only raised by when you like jump around, but you don't get nearly enough. And it creates this like, basically experience of like they have to not make it give you that much, because if they did, you would be able to like grind it really fast. So they can't do that, but also they can't make it give you enough where like the amount you normally do it will make your skill go up. So they kind of force you to like jump around a lot to make your skill go up as fast as anything else you're using in combat, which doesn't make any sense. It's stupid. It's dumb. What would make way more sense is if you had a system where you like do something fun, like you engage in like a gameplay mechanic, you know. Are these people? What is happening here? What'd you do? You bastards do. Who are you? I gotta know. Ignore my body. I'm just carrying this body. Tarabulos. Just the Victoria Edimonka. Did your name change while I was looking at you? Talbulos and Victoria. What did you do to those people? What did I do to this person? Don't worry about that. The person I'm carrying, you want them? What would you do with them if I gave them to you? Freak. Sorry, I don't know. Maybe it's a kink thing. Actually, I like your outfit. Damn. It's a cool outfit. Hey, you want to talk to me? Hello? Hold up. I got you something. Got you something. Here you go. It's a body. Come back. Come back. Shit. I'm holding my gun out. That's probably scaring them off. Okay, where's my gun? Fuck this body disposal business. Where's my car? I mean, I think, fuck, I'm lost. This way? Yes! Okay, I have to pee again. Okay, this is not gonna be as interesting of a video if I do this, but I just looked up how to raise my mic volume, and I'm gonna do it right now. Maybe that's bad to do right now, I don't know. I should have done it before the stream. How about I stop the stream and come back after I raise the mic volume? I'll do that.